I bet there were times in the past when you were scrolling on your smartphone, playing video games, or watching Netflix while you should be working. But I also bet there were times when you were working hard even though you would rather be doing something else. Which means you are not lazy, you are hardworking, you just didn't learn yet how to overcome the moments of laziness. And that's what we will learn today. I'm going to share 2 techniques to beat procrastination using ChatGPT. And hopefully by the end of the video you will be inspired to work harder than ever. Let's get started. Your procrastination moments usually look like this. You have work to do, but you never feel like doing it right away. So you say to yourself, I'll do it later. When the time comes, you still don't feel like doing it and choose to do other things instead. And it keeps happening, until the deadline is close and you have no other choice than doing the work. However, once you start, something magical happens. You become focused and productive. You might even say that you enjoy it. So if there's a version of yourself that is hardworking and enjoys work, why is it so hard to get out of the couch and start working without the pressure of a deadline? This is because of what I like to call the changing effort. You see, when you are not working, your mind is in a relaxed mode. This is when you are enjoying a meal, watching Netflix, or on your smartphone. In contrast, when you are concentrated on your work, your brain is in a working mode. So, to change your brain from the relaxed mode to the working mode, it requires a high amount of effort. And this amount can be even higher when you are feeling tired. The secret to beat procrastination lies in understanding how you can change to your working mode when you want to. I will show you some techniques. Let me introduce you to the 5 minutes rule, also known as the 5 minutes preparation. It works like this. You set up a 5 minutes timer and within this time your only task is to get ready to work. So, instead of having to go from a relaxed mode directly to a working mode, which we saw can require a huge amount of effort, this rule intends to get you into an intermediate step. One which is no longer relaxing the couch, but physically and mentally ready to start working. Within the 5 minutes, you can organize your desk, open up your laptop and anything else you might need. Then you should write a small to-do list with the tasks you want to accomplish. This quick and simple exercise brings you physically to where you need to be, and by writing your to-do list, you start already thinking about your work, bringing you closer to the working mode state you so much want. This is the 5 minutes rule in a nutshell. Pretty easy, isn't it? And ChatGPT can make it even easier. If you are not yet familiar with it, ChatGPT is a free, super awesome artificial intelligence that you can engage in a conversation to answer your questions and requests. And we can use it to help us write down our to-do list. Just type in what you have to work on and ask it to break down into small and clear tasks. As an example, I will ask it to break down my task of creating a thumbnail for this YouTube video. A word of advice, ChatGPT likes to talk, so establishing some limits can be useful just like I did. And as you can see, ChatGPT is doing the hard work for me, and it's even bringing some interesting ideas to the table. Now I just have to adjust it to my preferences. Remember that it is a conversation, so for example, if I wanted to break down even further, I can just ask. Another great technique to achieve a working mode is the 2 minutes rule. The idea is to simplify the work you have to do to 2 minutes or less. For example, if you have to study a bunch of books, commit to read just 1 page. If you have to write a script, a project or an email, do a quick draft for 2 minutes without giving too much thought on how to start. The idea is not to accomplish everything, but to help you switch to a working mode by just starting. While the thought of working for 1, 2 or more hours can be very overwhelming and lead to procrastination, committing to only 2 minutes of work is easy and much more likely to be done. And by just starting, without too many thoughts or worries, we quickly change to the working mode, which is fun and productive. This rule is pretty awesome, but ChatGPT can make it even easier. Because you can ask ChatGPT to do the initial work for you. If you need ideas, you just have to ask. If you need to write something, ChatGPT is your guy. I just asked for an intro for a YouTube video. Now I will spend my 2 minutes reading if it fits and ask it to make a few changes. In the end, even if I end up not using it, I have just spent some time thinking about what I need, and therefore I'm more likely to continue working on it. Like in the 5 minutes rule, the idea is to overcome your lazy moments by starting to do something. It doesn't matter if it is preparing the work you have to do or to just start with a quick draft. Getting out of the couch and starting to think on the work you have to do will make it so much easier to enter in a working mode. However, these techniques are not 100% guaranteed that you will start working. Let me show you why. BJ Fogg created this model called the behavior model, which explains very well why sometimes we act and sometimes we don't. This model shows how the combination of our motivation and our ability to do something define if we will act or not. For example, if something is hard and we have no motivation to do it, then it is behind the action curve, meaning we will not do it. In contrast, if something is easy and we are highly motivated to do it, it is beyond the action curve, meaning we will do it. When we procrastinate, it usually is because our motivation is low and the work we have ahead is hard. Therefore, we fall into inaction. But preparing our work for 5 minutes is easy. Working for only 2 minutes is easy. So, despite our low motivation, using these techniques will be enough most of the times. However, if our motivation is really low, making it easier will not be enough. If this happens, you know where you have to work on, your motivation. Now, there can be multiple reasons why you are not motivated. It can be related to your work. Maybe you don't like it, you don't see how it will benefit you, or you just don't know how to do it, which makes you feel bad and demotivated. Or it can be related to external things. If you have other things you would rather do, then you have a motivation conflict, resulting in less motivation to work. Depending on the reasons, there may be suitable strategies. I will talk about it in depth in my next video, but my suggestion is to ask yourself, why should you do it? Is it going to benefit you in some way, like to get a job in the future or to progress on your career? Will you learn something from it? There must be a reason why you have to do it, so use it to fuel your motivation. My next video will dive deep into how to do hard things, and I'm really excited to show you because it will change your motivation to work. Subscribe so you don't miss out. I hope this video was useful and that you can now beat your procrastination using our friend ChatGPT. Thank you for watching, see you on the next video.